Hi, my name is Jonathan Maslin, Park Interpreter for the Saginaw Bay Visitor Center, Bay City State Park with the Michigan DNR. Today we're going to be looking at duck calling for the youth. This clinic is brought to you by Bob Medecky, who will be walking through basic steps on how to use your duck call that you got from Frank's Great Outdoors in your gift bags. So be sure to tune in and follow along on these different tunes, whether you're playing in the field or at home in your backyard.
Hi, I'm Bob Medecky. In this video I will introduce you to the basics of calling mallards and other dabbler ducks. Mallards are the most common duck in North America, and they respond to calls really well. I'm going to be using a couple calls to mimic the sounds a hen mallard makes. This call here, it's a fluorescent green, but you kids will be getting one that looks identical to this, but it's clear. When I'm using these calls, I'm going to be making a lot of different sounds, which I'll explain when I get through each piece of what I'm doing. And a little bit of backstory, like I said before, mallards are the most common duck in North America, and there are other ducks that they're with can be pintails, teal, widgeon, black ducks, wood ducks, etc. All those other ducks I just mentioned are dabbler ducks. Those ducks will respond to the call that a hen mallard makes. When you're calling, when you start out first, it's going to be kind of intimidating, but it'll get easier. The basics of a call I'm going to start off with right now. You got two pieces. This piece here is called the barrel. This is the barrel. This is your mouthpiece. This is called the insert or the reed assembly. You got your reeds, which this is a double reed. Some other calls will have a single reed. Then this is pretty much a stopper for the reeds to hold the reeds into place. The insert here has a hole that goes through to the reed. When you put it together, you want to hold the call with your thumb on the lower part, your index finger on the top, and you want to bring these fingers around. When you're blowing in the call, you move these around to change the pitch and cadence when you're calling, which I'll show you right now. What you want to do on the barrel of your call is put your lower lip underneath the barrel like so, kind of like you're calling or you're drinking out of a pop bottle. So when you call what I just showed you, just like this, and then you put your mouth like I just told you, bottom of your lip underneath the barrel on the bottom, and then the top inside the top part of the barrel like so. When you want to call, you want to bring the air up from your I guess your chest, diaphragm. There's different ways you can do this. Some people say you want to say 3 blind mice in the call. What I like to do is start off with a quack, and this is what you do. You kind of want to just almost say quack in the call. All right. So when you quack, when you're saying quack in the call, notice how my hands are. That's a simple quack. So when you're doing a quack, it's kind of like an alerting. If you do it like 3 or 4 times, kind of like something's not right. You'll hear that when you're out in the water hunting or out in the marsh. You'll hear that when you're walking up on them. It's kind of like a warning call. Also, it's to get attention from other ducks or the drake mallards. A quack is just pretty much the easiest thing. Now there's a greeting call, which you say quack 5 times in the call, just like so. I do it 5 or maybe a few more, 7 times. I do that to kind of get the attention of other ducks or drake mallards. So that's just simple, same thing, how I was holding it, and the barrel instructions. And then notice I'm using my fingers here to change the pitch and the sound. And then there's one other easy call that you can use when you're learning, starting off. It's called the comeback, which is kind of like the greening sound, but it's a lot quicker, and it's 7, 8. So what that means is the comeback is when the ducks come in, they flare off, or the ducks are not interested and they peel off out of range, and you want to get their attention to bring it back. So this is what it will sound like. You notice on the end, it was quick and fast. That's the comeback. It's going to take a lot of practice to get these down. Once you do, it'll open you up to different, like feeding. This will be a simple feeder call. Pretty much the easiest. Just saying ticka, ticka, ticka in the call. So I'm saying ticka, 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 ticka in the call. That's a simple feeding call. So like if they're coming out to feed in a field, a farm field, you'll hear that when they're coming in. That's called a feeder. There's a rolling feed call. You'll hear that like in competitions. They roll. It's more air pressure, more movement with the fingers and stuff like that. What I just showed you would be the easiest. They respond to it. Reading ducks is the biggest other thing. It's going to take time to do that. When they come in, you got to kind of read them. Do they want you to call hard? Will they respond to aggressive calling? Or maybe they're stale ducks, which mean they've been hunting over for a long time, so they've seen everything, they heard everything. And sometimes they don't want any calling. That's where you use the decoys to work for you. Or you can get a whistle like this, 7 and 1. Meaning 7 and 1 is 7 different types of species you can use to call. I'll show you how to use the basic for a drake mallard. You just pretty simple, like a referee's whistle. You just like this. And you make that grunting sound. That's a drake mallard. There's other ducks that, you got the wood duck. That's kind of like a wood duck. And then you got pintails and stuff like that. There's a lot of videos online that'll teach you. This is one of the best things, especially when the ducks are stale. Using this, it's something different. If you're not getting the hang of duck calling, this is a way you could go. Other than that, it's just a lot of practice and reading the ducks. I guess have a good year. Stay safe.
Great, so now we got a good start to learn how to use our new call that we got, and we can practice that in the field or even in our backyard. So good luck on your adventure out there.